Good morning. Today I'm sharing my top 5 travel tips with you because, as you know, I love to travel and I love to help others by sharing what I've learned. My number 1 travel tip is get packages. You can get packages from Costco or Sam's Club or other similar places, and they include airfare, hotel, and rental car, which is a really great deal. And you can choose your level of, hotel room. You can get like oceanside, partial oceanside, or whatever that hotel is offering. You can get different levels of rental cars. So you can get, the compact or a convertible if you want to feel the wind in your hair. Or like an SUV if you need one for a larger family. When we first went to Hawaii, we priced out through Costco and through a site like Orbitz or Expedia. And through Costco, it was about $1,200, $1,400, somewhere in there per person. And the same exact trip on those other websites was about $4,000 to $5,000 per person. So that's a huge difference and a big cost savings. We have booked all of our Hawaii vacations through Costco, and we're planning to go to Europe. And we're actually going to use one of the package deals through Costco for that as well. And it usually includes a little bit of extras like breakfast every day, which is always nice. And sometimes there's like hotel credits that you can use at their stores or whatnot, restaurants. And sometimes there's spa credits. So there's a couple different benefits to booking through Costco. Sorry, I need my coffee. It's still early here. Tip number 2 is airline credit cards. I have the one for Delta and American, and these are really great if you can pay off your balance at the end of every month. You don't want to be going into debt to pay for this or building up extra interest charge, finance charge, all those fun things. But with these credit cards, you can build miles through your purchases. So you're earning miles and you're paying for what you're already going to pay for anyway. We used our free miles last year on American to go to New York. And this summer we're going to be using our miles on Delta to go to Chicago. Also with the credit cards, if you pay for your ticket with the credit card, you get to waive the baggage fee. So that's at least $50 savings if you're checking a bag, more if you're checking more than one bag. And you also get priority boarding. So you're not first, but you're not last either. It's usually after the first class and all those really high classes, and then it's the credit card people, and then it's everybody else. And sometimes there'll be special offers with the credit card where you'll get extra miles or like bonus for shopping at certain places if you attach them to your card. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is book in advance. I'm not saying plan out everything because we know that's not possible. Sometimes you like to go with the flow, relax a little bit. But if there's something that you really want to do or you really want to see and it requires a ticket, those are the things you want to book in advance. For example, we went to San Francisco a few years ago and I had wanted to go to Alcatraz. So we looked into it and the tickets weren't available for our dates yet. So we waited a couple weeks, went on, sold out. Like as soon as they opened that, they were sold out. They're always sold out months ahead of time. So you want to make sure to keep an eye on that and book those events as needed as quickly as possible. And then you can kind of plan your day around those events. Another thing, Broadway shows, sporting events, if you want to sit in a specific area, it helps to book in advance. You're probably going to pay a little bit more, but you're going to get the seats that you want. If you wait until the end, you may be stuck, way up in the balcony where everybody's like this big. So it's a balancing act. All right, one more coffee. Tip number 4 is go local. When you're traveling, explore the local areas, find local restaurants, things that the locals do, because it's a lot of fun to like really almost feel like a local. I know you're not a local, but you usually get better cuisine, better, fresher foods than you would at those like national chain restaurants. To me, vacation are supposed to be an adventure and trying something new and not doing what I can do at home. I can go to, Applebee's anytime I want, but I can't go to the local Thai place every time because I'm only visiting. You'll have a unique experience that not every other tourist is going to have. But how do you find these local places? I Google a lot before I go. And I'm gluten-free. I have celiac disease, so I have to eat gluten-free. So a lot of times I'll Google, New York City gluten-free. Or we're going to Chicago later, so I'll start looking for Chicago gluten-free. And I'll read local blogs, newspaper articles. I know here in Phoenix, there's a lot of like top 10 Mexican restaurants in like the Arizona Republic. So I'll use resources like that. Some of the magazines I subscribe to have like a feature on Austin or San Francisco or whatever the city is, and they give a lot of different recommendations for restaurants. Other good places to look, Instagram. Usually people on the gram know where to go. And I also use OpenTable because they also are pretty good about listing what's gluten-free and what's not. So that's tip number 4, eat local. And lastly, of course, I can't leave without telling you to take some photos. And I say take a few at each place that's allowed. Some museums or castles, things like that, churches, you can't always take a photo. Sometimes it's not flash photography, but you can still take photos. Think outside the box for a couple of your photos. Turn around, get low, get high, take a few more steps than most people do, and try to get something different, something new, something not everybody has seen before. Also, get in some of your photos. You don't want to get home and just have a bunch of photos of buildings. You want to see yourself like having some fun and interacting, and you want to see, you with your family, your friends, or whoever you're traveling with. Don't get too wrapped up in finding the perfect photo and miss out on the actual experience. So that's why I said take a couple, put your camera away, put your phone away, and just enjoy it. Move on to the next, do the same thing. Edit your photos, but don't edit them right away. Save the editing and the posting to Instagram or Facebook or wherever until later. Enjoy the moment, and when you get back to the hotel at night and you're just sitting around watching TV, pull out your phone and edit your photos then, post them to Instagram, Facebook, do all of that in those off hours. Or, you're sitting in the car driving to the next spot, you're on the plane, whatever. Wait and do that stuff until those moments so you can enjoy the touristy parts of your vacation. And lastly, when you get home, I want you to print those photos. There's tons of sites that you can upload your photos to, and they'll make a book for you. And so you'll have this fun keepsake and a way to look back. And when you get it in the mail, you'll have another way to like relive your vacation. All right, those are my 5 travel tips. I know they're not specifically necessarily about travel per se, but they're just some travel tips that I thought were helpful. And if anyone ever asks me, those are the things that I tell them. So I will talk to you later.